He discovered his paycheck was $30,000 less than his colleagues for doing the exact same job. But the real reason it destroyed him? Michael Chan had been Employee of the Month 7 times in 2 years. While his co-workers left at 5 p.m., Michael stayed until midnight. His project proposals generated over $2 million in revenue for the company. But when the salary report accidentally got sent to the entire team, Michael's world shattered. Michael's hands shook as he walked into his manager's office. "There's been an error with my salary," he said. His manager barely looked up. "No error, Michael. Your salary is appropriate for your situation." Your situation? Those two words hung in the air like poison. My situation? What does that mean? His manager finally looked at him. "Look, Michael, you don't have a family to support. No wife. No kids. You don't need as much. The room spun. Are you seriously telling me I'm paid less because I'm gay? Your household income requirements are different. Company resources need to be allocated based on need." Michael walked out before he said something he'd regret. That night, he told his partner James everything. James was furious, but Michael felt betrayed. He opened his laptop and started digging through old emails. Then he found something that made his blood run cold. An email from 18 months ago between his manager and HR. The subject read Compensation Adjustments Marketing Team. Michael's name was highlighted. The email said, "Michael doesn't have dependents and his lifestyle costs are lower. Recommend maintaining current salary band." They had literally calculated that being gay meant he deserved less money. They had put it in writing. Suddenly everything made sense. The promotions given to less qualified colleagues who were married with children. The suggestions in meetings dismissed, then credited to someone else. The times he'd been excluded from client dinners because they were family-friendly events. It was all real. Michael barely slept that night. By 4 a.m., he'd made a decision. He wasn't going to quit. He was going to fight. Over the next 3 weeks, Michael documented everything. Salary records, email chains discussing cultural fit and traditional family values. He found 12 other employees over 5 years who'd left the company, all of them LGBTQ, all in similar situations. The company had a pattern, and Michael was going to expose it. David called Michael into his office on a Friday. "Michael, I want to talk about your future here. We've been impressed with your dedication." That weekend was the longest of Michael's life. On Sunday night, he thought about his father who worked in a factory for 30 years, never fighting back against discrimination. "Keep your head down," his father always said. "Work harder and they'll recognize you." But they hadn't recognized his father. They laid him off at 58, and he died 2 years later. Michael had been following the same path, but it was never going to be enough. On Monday morning, Michael walked into his manager's office. "I'm declining the promotion, and I'm filing a discrimination complaint with the EEOC. I have documentation of systematic pay discrimination and retaliation. I'm also contacting a lawyer." Within 48 hours, the company offered $150,000 and an NDA to settle. "You think this is about money? This is about making sure you can't do this to anyone else." Michael refused. But fighting meant his life fell apart. The company suspended him without pay. Other companies wouldn't interview him. His savings evaporated. He and James moved to a cheaper apartment. 3 months in, Michael woke up at 3 a.m. convinced he'd made the worst mistake of his life. Then 8 months into the legal battle, a journalist reached out. She'd been investigating workplace discrimination and found 5 other companies with identical patterns. "If you're willing to go public, we can expose all of them." The article went viral within hours. News outlets picked it up. Other employees started coming forward. The company's stock dropped 12%. Major clients pulled contracts. Then Michael got a call from the CEO. Patricia Lawson wanted to meet personally. She looked tired and worn down. Michael, I'm not here to offer money. I'm here to tell you that you were right. And I'm sorry. She slid a folder across the table. We're conducting a full compensation audit. Anyone underpaid will receive back pay with interest. We're firing everyone involved, including your manager and 3 HR members. We're ending all NDA letters. Related to discrimination, Michael didn't go back to work there. Michael had worked harder than everyone else and earned less because he was gay. But in the end, he'd earned something far more valuable. Real, lasting, meaningful change. So here's my question. If you were paid $30,000 less for doing the same job, what would you do? Drop your answer in the comments. And if this story moved you, hit that subscribe button. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Justice isn't about getting everything back. It's about making sure the next person doesn't have to lose anything at all. See you in the next one.